So, as Trump put it so eloquently on Twitter, Fidel Castro is dead.
He's dead.
Exclamation point.
Exclamation point.
Exclamation point. So this is what really gets me.
What he added.
When do we know what deaths to celebrate? You know, in Florida, how everyone was going out of their way
had a good time.
to really take the piss out of the fact that, you know, he's dead, yay, let's dance in the streets kind of thing.
Yeah.
I find that a little bit uncomfortable, you know.
Yeah, I find it's awful. I think it's awful. What do you think?
I think that this is another example of the world just not dealing with subtlety at all. Like, I'm looking at my feed, I do the news, you know, and I'm sitting there and I'm going, for my purposes, the Little Havana in Florida thing, that was was good. Dancing in the streets, lots of good photos, dancing on Castro's grave, you know, strong headlines, tabloid stuff. I enjoyed it. I go to my Facebook where all these lefties live, and they're all sitting there going, you know, he was the last guy to, he stood up to the US for 50 years. There was a great crack on there that, Castro outlived the US by 2 weeks. That's
actually quite good.
Probably my favourite one. But the point is that on either side of the political divide, nobody can see the good things and the bad things that he did.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
They demonise him from the top.
They're either for him or against him. And you're like,
why?
why is it so hard to say, look, he wasn't the best. On the other hand, he represented this.
No, I agree.
He
And
did
like,
this,
even if you look at what he actually did, you know, their literacy rate is like over 99%.
Yeah.
You know, you have no issues getting access to health
because he
or
killed
hospital
the people
care.
that couldn't read.
That's
Well,
right.
He
I
just
don't know about
rounded
that.
them
I
up.
don't think that that's the case. I mean, I'm sure that he did kill a lot
I think
of
it would be
people,
hard
and
to
that's
prove that he didn't do
well,
it.
in any event, I mean, it's sort of been interesting, the divide, and it's a divide that's come across the left-right line. So that if you say that the great thing about Castro's reign is that everyone has access to food, shelter, education, healthcare.
Doctors,
On the other side, you know, there was an incredible article in today's Australian, which was basically saying, Bill Shorten and all the Labor members, you know, what's their problem? Why were they so fascinated by Cuba and Castro? And, you know, it's all absolutely outrageous. It was a repressive regime. As you say, yes, it was repressive.
Yeah.
But, you know, why don't you just say there's some good things about it?
They didn't have to rely on the Western world at all. They were totally resourceful, you know. They did what they had to do. And one thing I found really interesting is that the CIA tried to kill the guy over 600 times and they didn't get there.
I know.
You know. Well, let me read you these numbers. Nixon 184 times, Reagan 197 times, and Bush Senior, he did it 16, and Clinton, this is what really got to me.
Yeah.
You know, the guy who recently was backing his wife to be in the White House, tried to kill Castro 21 times. Couldn't do it.
Yeah,
It was kind of a
unbelievable.
limp effort compared to the other ones, really.
And he survived, right?
That's right.
And he survived.
Yeah, he survived every
Survived
single
it.
time.
Yeah.
You know, what's this thing? 180 times? Trying to kill somebody?
You've got to
Give
pay
up,
him for
man.
that. Plus, what was he, 90?
I
He's
know.
90 years old.
90.
I don't even understand why they were so caught up in it. I mean, it's just a tiny little island. They're doing their own thing. They're not causing
didn't
you any
do it.
trouble.
It's a dick war. It's a dick war.
Yeah, it
a
is.
dick
It
war.
is.
Can I just say, he's also a testament to, like, smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just smoked his ass off the whole
Didn't
time.
care.
He was good
Didn't
for
make it to
tobacco.
90.
Good for tobacco
Didn't
industry.
care at all. I think that, there's some pretty cool things about Castro. There was a great tweet that I saw, a bit uncharacteristically for me, by the comedian Frankie Boyle. And Obama had written a tweet sort of saying, we'll march forward towards better human rights in Cuba. You know, he made this sanctimonious statement, and Frankie Boyle wrote back, "You have a torture prison in Cuba."
Yeah, exactly.
That's so true.
That is like gold, absolute
That's
gold.
what I mean. It's like, it's just such crap.
hypocrisy
It's
of it all just
I know.
makes
It's
you
just
sick.
ridiculous.
It's pretty
It
terrible.
just
You
makes
know,
you sick.
And the fact that they demonise him long after he was ever a threat to them, you know, the guy's dead.
I know.
Let it
Rest in
go,
peace,
man.
Fidel Castro. That's all we can say.
Yeah.
Yeah.